You are now watching Power Talk on the DML Network.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Houdini, and I got in the building, Ness. What's going on, Ness?
Man, you already know, man. We here to talk the truth, man. It's Power Talk with no power. Normally, we looking at the teams that are the top 10 teams the current season, but we wanted to switch it up a little bit. So we're looking at the teams that are struggling the most this season.
And we not sparing any feelings this episode. We looking to hurt feelings, motivate y'all, whatever it's gonna do. Cause this list right here is some hot garbage. It's ugly looking at this list. And going in at number 10, we got my division mate Jay Scud and them Ravens. How they looking to you, Ness?
I mean, what we'll see, the common trend on this list is that the teams are giving up a lot of points and they just not playing to the best of their ability, or some just aren't good users. Jay Skills, I mean, with the Ravens, he made a few trades in the last few seasons where a lot of users weren't agreeing with him. He does have the second toughest schedule out of the other 9 teams on this list, but he's given up 35 points per game. He drafted a stud quarterback last year in Connor Kondo, and all I could say is, man, it's a quarterback killer. He's always been trash since I've been here. He hasn't made any noise at all. Like, I love having him in my division. Don't get me wrong, because that's an easy 2 wins guaranteed. Like next week when I play him, are they gonna try to throw for like 3 touchdowns at the most? So I love him in my division because that's just an automatic 2 wins every season. But so far as a competition, yeah, he's one of the worst we got in this league, and I just hope he doesn't improve. Honestly. I mean, I completely hear that, man. I don't understand. I mean, I heard through the grapevine that at one point he was formidable, but
what?
Yeah, I know. But from what I have seen since I've been in here, he's definitely been a bottom tier user, and it's not looking any better this year. We'll see if he can turn it around. But the way he's killing that quarterback, and everyone knows the XP's on 100, so. He ain't getting no better. He's getting worse before he's going to get better.
Yeah. And then coming at number 9, we got Flair, the so-called king, sitting at a 2-5, and he started off 2-0, but ever since then, he just been trash like always. How he looking to you, Ness?
Flair is definitely a character, man. He's a self-proclaimed king, the champ. King of the NFC West, because his first 2 wins were against those guys, but he fails to realize that he's a terrible GM when it comes to trading. He's always giving away his draft picks, and I mean, don't get me wrong, he might have been good in other leagues for him to even consider himself the champ, but since he's been in this league, he has
What league was that?
I guess a league prior with some other users we got in the league. I don't remember, but since he's came to this league, he's been a guaranteed 2 wins every year. And him being in the NFC East, he's never winning that when he's never finishing above last place. And I mean, he like you said, he started off hot, and then and then reality sets in.
Yeah, and starting off hot for Flair is going 2-0. For most dudes, that's like going 5-0, 6-0. But for Flair to win 2 straight, the whole league was looking surprised. And I'm gonna call Flair a soccer dad because in his spare time he likes to cut up the apple slices and stuff and give it to his kids and help design the little football uniform for them. So maybe if he focused more on the little game he might win maybe 5 games next year, maybe 5 or 6. And
I mean, unless HB, Hot Tub, and KP go blind or get arthritis in their thumbs, he ain't winning more than 5 games, man.
And I know he gonna have something to say about this because Flair never stay quiet.
Nah, Flair doesn't, but that's him.
Right. And then coming in at number 8, we got underrated, sitting at a nasty 2-5. How this team looking to you, Ness, with underrated?
Underrated, man. You know, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde with underrated. You know, he's 2-5. You know, last year, you know, he was battling for a playoff spot. The last two seasons, he was battling for a playoff spot in that very tight NFC West. You know, and it kind of frustrates me because, you know, his name is underrated, but he's playing where he's rated. You know, I know he's better than that because he played better with the Redskins, but he's not. You know, I don't know, maybe it's just the Cardinals. You know, the loss of Carson Palmer trying to.
But he traded for Mariota, and it's like he had
I don't know why
developing quarterback, and it's like.
You got to figure. Mariota was coming from the Titans, and I mean, Henry Huey and the Titans. You know, shout out to JB. You know, he's doing this thing right now at 4-4, but he's a quarterback killer. Mariota was hot trash garbage when he traded him. So you know, he didn't get no better.
Just feel bad for him because it's hard to talk shit about underrated because he's a real cool dude, but he one of those people who if he gets a quarterback that got some potential. Might as well not even worth messing with him because the quarterback gonna be trash sooner or later. And coming in at number 7, we got AK Force, aka Keith Stone with them Niners. I know he's been on auto for a couple weeks now, but he had to make the list at number 7. Sitting at currently 2-5. How he looking at you, Ness?
Again, you know, he's on auto, but his record put him in here. You know, we win. We played to win the game, so you know we had to put him on the list. You know that NFC West is real weird, you know, because it's a lot of users. Because Keith Stone, you know, he's a pretty formidable user.
Yeah, he was a top user in 17.
Yeah, it just I guess 18. You know, it goes by the cycle, so he's definitely struggling this season. You know, hopefully when he gets back on, you know, the second half of the season he can do what he has to do. I really don't have much to say because, again, he was on auto. I'm not sure how many games he's on auto, but I know you miss a week in Dynasty, that's like 3 or 4 games. So
right, and even though he's on this list, the fact that he's tied for the best record in his division just shows the NFC West lack of competition this year. I know. Tazzarelli was making a good run last year, but this year 1-7 and struggling with a quarterback is just like I don't know. Keith Stone in the right position to take over when he come back.
Oh yeah, we gonna get the Tazzarelli. Yeah, you're right about that.
And coming in at number 6, we got L. Pete with those Falcons with another nasty 2-5. We got a lot of 2-5 teams on this list right here. And how the Falcons looking to you?
Man, let me tell you this. LP, you got the fuck lucky that we didn't do this a week later because you just lost to the damn Chiefs and Mo Booker.
That is a what the fuck,
buddy. Lost. You would have been down. I don't know. You had that team long enough to have an identity. And you just, like right now, the NFC South, other than the Buccaneers, who we'll get to later, everyone else is taking their trades and taking their team, and they've done a complete 360, which equals good GMing. I don't know what you're doing down there. I was hoping that quarterback you got was going to do something. You got Uncle Douglas. You might need to trade Uncle Douglas and get some other shit because he ain't helping you win games.
And looking at his team, they look pretty stacked out. You got Mike Evans with Uncle Douglas. Taylor Gabriel still got some speed, and he got a solid defense. And he got Cody Kessler, but he's not playing. I know I asked him about that in the chat, and he said they split in reps. But Kessler has only thrown 4 touchdowns this year with 7 interceptions. Come from somebody who had Cody Kessler for a couple years, you underusing him. He can ball out if you give him the right chance to. And watching his career die in Atlanta, it's kind of sad to see.
Yeah, Atlanta's going through a lot right now. They've been, you know, they got the Super Bowl in real life. And then you got, you know, Farquaad, he up and left him. And then you got LP digging a deeper hole for him. Atlanta, they about to blow the city up.
It's just horrible. And at 5, we got Tazzarelli sitting at a 1-6 when this was recorded. And he's just struggling this year. I know his quarterback got hurt. And he made a trade to get the Jags quarterback. So hopefully he can keep that going. But what's your thoughts on Tazzarelli this year so far?
Well, Tazzarelli, I mean, Man, I'm pulling for the guy. He made the playoffs last year for the first time.
Wow.
Yes, since I've been in the league. So it was a big thing. And I thought personally it was going to be a building block going forward where he could take the NFC West easily if he just played consistently. His D line is a bunch of studs. It's just the consistent play, and also I'm gonna give it to him. Madden does have a little bit to do with it. A lot of his players are injured, but here in the Dynasty, we all know next man up. You build depth so that when someone goes down, you let them step up. And then quarterback, the quarterback situation, I don't know if Kaiser's the one. I mean, traded not a lot.
He's not.
Pieces for him.
He's not the one.
So I mean, it's getting a little. It's 2022. High stakes is 2026. So getting close to not being able to draft these players to develop them how you want. So you got to start somewhere. And this just isn't his year, and it's going right back to the Tazzarelli we became accustomed to. Hate to say it, man.
Because he was building it, like he was making great draft moves, developing linemen, developing linebackers. And then this year, the injury bug hit, and comes from somebody who had Deshaun Kaiser and benched him like game 6 of the first season. Deshaun not gonna lead you nowhere, man. He's not gonna do it. You could. What you saying?
I was saying Deshaun is he's like another dynasty hoe, because didn't he started with you? Yeah. He got hoarded out, and then he went to New Orleans. Saints. And then now he's on his third team, and he's in his third year.
Yeah, he's just going everywhere. He a good backup quarterback at the most. That's all I could say for him. And then we got the OG Chris Murray at number 4 on the list, sitting at a 1-6. And the OG just been struggling this year. I know he lost Big Ben. I think that was the wrong move, because he never developed Joshua Dobbs, which I've seen most people do, and he's just struggling this year. How he looking to you?
I mean, you hit it right on the nail, man. He's definitely struggling. Another one of those users that Madden 18 just isn't the game for them. I go back to Madden 16 with him, where he was height, throw it deep. He was a problem. He won a DML championship in 16.
Yeah,
so it is not. Sure. He did it during high stakes, so it's not like he's a bum at all. It's just this cycle. And then, of course, when you have an aging quarterback in the game, you got to think like a GM, like an Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre type scenario, where you bring in a young guy where he can get some reps, and he won't regress, because he's not the starter making those big starter mistakes. So now without Big Ben, searching for a quarterback, I think he's balling with a Steve Downing, a left-handed quarterback that I don't even know if he's a creative player or what, but it's very frustrating, seeing, one-time champions and, middle of the top tier users, fall to the wayside, to 1-6. But, hopefully he can turn it around.
I think what went wrong with him is he never, I don't know if he did or not, but he never seemed like he really planned for Big Ben to leave, because throughout these, we're on year 4, I think, and he never got another quarterback drafted. I mean, he had Dobbs, but he never put Dobbs into play and get some PT. So that's why he's stuck playing Dobbs and Downing right now. And he looking like he might have the top 2 pick in the draft right now. And he has a stacked out team, because that defense is killer, especially with that 99 overall player, Dre Saul, on the secondary. Mm-hmm. So hopefully the OG cannot turn it around, and that could be another easy 2 wins for me, So, playing you regress. And coming in at number 3, we got Mr. Sim Game himself, Mr. Stretch Armstrong. He got 10 different names, but we're going to call him Butters. Sitting at a 1-7. And the question with Butters is he tanking? And honestly, I just think Butters isn't that good of a user. And I think the best I ever seen Butters was when he had Farquhar in his division. That was probably just an easy matchup for him when he had those Jets. But sitting in the division with the Vikings and the Bears, and I just feel like he's not gonna really do nothing this whole season. How you looking at me though, Ness?
He's looking like he's fucking tanking. I don't care what he says about getting the damn pick because he wants the Jets back. You know what? That's a crock of bullshit. Because if he wanted the Jets, he could have had the Jets. When I came back, he chose the motherfucking Lions. I chose the Jets because that was the last team available. So I'm not trying to hear that I'm not tanking because nobody wants the Jets, man. Please, you didn't want the Jets.
I was wondering that.
Yeah, like, you're in the division. Go ahead.
If you're a Jets fan and you had the chance to grab them at like 18, 19, 20, why you go with a mid-tier, mediocre team like the Lions to build off of? And why not get your hometown team, the Jets?
And no, Butters, we're not trusting your damn process. You're tanking. We're not trying to hear that shit.
Nah, Butters, you can't be tanking, bro. I ain't gonna say you better than that because you're not that good, but you just not good. You just not winning games. That's all for you.
Yeah, and damn sure not. Like you said, we got the Vikings who turned around. The Bears is doing his thing as always. John's, I believe 3-4, but you know he's a playoff contender last year.
Yeah.
Like he's not beating those teams, so he's going to be in the 4th spot. He's not going to make the playoffs all cycle, and then he can go get the Jets who were available for him. So that's why I can't believe that shit.
Hopefully he gets a quarterback like Josh Rosen or Sam Darnold, and he could build their career up maybe and not fuck it up like he did Matt Stafford so far. And then coming in at number 2, we got Lord Farquhar coming back to the league and is just stinking it up in Tampa Bay. It's just a straight ugly fest over there. He let Mr. Tank, who we all think is tanking, drop 62 points on him, and you get a donut hole. Whoa. Like, why even come back if you finna play like this? The CPU would have put up a better fight. What's your opinions on this, Ness?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Tampa. Like, I mean, of course, you know, the team was built.
That was your team.
Yeah, it was built differently. You know, I gave him the team at 10-2. The team was a little older, but I was building it to win and then, you know, win something. Because I had some young pieces, and then, you know, switch out, trade those pieces for younger pieces, because people love overalls in Dynasty. They don't care about age most of the time, except for SJ. He called everybody, be a 25-year-old player, he's calling you old. But he hasn't won. He's won one game, and that was against the next person on this list. And, you know, I'm not sure if he's not going to get a pro. He's getting back into the flow. The simulation and competition are two different things. And right now, he's still trying to get back adjusted to sim style play, dynasty rules, so on and so forth, the team. And, you know, in that division, it's wide open, but C-Rob is making moves. He's doing his thing. I mean, he just lost to the Redskins, but he, you know, I think that's his second.
Turned up. Yeah.
And then Matty Ice is making trades. And, you know, he's making great trades. He got the Saints looking good. And the Falcons are trash. So you ain't got to worry about them. They are trash for me. So, you know, I don't know. He got a...
How long was he gone?
I'm not sure. Maybe about a month? Maybe? Yeah.
In a month's time, your game gets destroyed that bad to where you getting blown out by Butters. Something don't sit right with that. Maybe Farquhar might be tanking. I don't know. That's just an opinion I'm throwing out there.
I mean, he says he has a plan. So this offseason is going to be very interesting. You know, we got our usual suspects who are trading. But they're coming up with the 3-trade rule. You know, it's going to go back to the old days where people are going to be real stingy with their, you know, trading and putting people on the block because you only got 3 chances to hit that trade button.
All right. And then the king of losing, who gets the top crown, who most of the time gets the number 1 pick or gets a top 5 pick every year. So it's a guarantee he's going to always be on this list. We got Mo Booker and them Chiefs just thinking it up. And I'm proud of Mo Booker in a way. He got his first win not too long ago against the Falcons. So on the bright side, in 2018, you're undefeated if you want to look at it like that. And maybe you could bid off that. But in reality, you still trash. What's your opinions on this man, Ness?
I like your positive, but me personally, throw the whole team away. Start over. Like, Oh, they're 1-7. You know, and this has nothing to do with him not wanting to trade me Patrick Mahomes. You know, it's just the fact that he has that offense is good. That defense is good. You know, and I don't understand. You don't trade much, or if you do trade, it's nothing that's like going to help the team. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's how much time you put in the lab. Everybody on the list, you can tell the people that lab. Like, you know, we got the H-Speeds, the hot tub. We got the KP, the real KP. We got Addy. We got the Vikings. Like, I'm naming top users. We got the Champ, the Texans. We got the undefeated Dolphins. We got Sweets. You know, we got teams that are, don't forget the Chargers, my fault. We got people who are in multiple leagues. When I say multiple, I mean more than 3. So they're playing in these leagues. They're labbing outside of those leagues. Then they're playing more games in those leagues. So what you got to understand is that, you know, the more time you put in, the more familiar you are with the game and reads and things of that nature. And then you'll see the difference in winning. Like, you can't just, you know, not play all day or all week, or, you know, dynasty time, don't play for 2 days and then get back on the stick, expect to win. No, it's not going to work like that. Like, if you don't have the natural ability to just play the game, like anything, you got to practice. And yes, like Iverson said, we talking about practice? Yes, practice. Because I see people, the top users in our league, I watch their Twitch during the day. They be playing all types of games, and they're in there getting busy. And, you know, it shows. That's why they're winning.
Yeah, looking at his team, every player that he drafted is regressing. Like, they got negative confidence, and he made Patrick Mahomes slow development. So you pretty much just ruined a great first round quarterback's career. And that's hard to watch.
He's a 21. He's a 21-year-old rookie. Like, he's your franchise. That's why I wanted to trade for him.
It's just so sad.
That's your franchise. That's your whole cycle quarterback right there.
The Chiefs put him in the perfect. The Chiefs drafted a quarterback for him, so he wouldn't be scrambling and looking like a bum. And Mo Booker still messes that up and does what Mo Booker does best, and that is mess up teams and just easy 2 wins on the schedule, unless you're the Falcons, and that's just the truth right there.
Man, that's all we can do is to get the truth, man. It's the proof is in the pudding. We don't make none of this up. It's the numbers, man.
Right.
The numbers.
And we know everybody in the league gonna have their opinion about what we had to say, and let them talk. But it's about improving. Like, take our words for motivation and then prove us wrong. Because if not, we gonna consistently clown you and call you a bum like you are. Any final thoughts? Any final words from you, Ness?
Man, all I'm saying is that, you know, the Dynasty, from recent events that we saw, the Dynasty is not going to boot any user due to being too good. That's TOO good, because everybody, even the bottom tier teams, can upset a quote unquote top tier team. We're even across the board. It's just about you making the right play calls, the right reads at the right time, and you can win. Like, we got 2-time champion the Dolphins. No one expected him to beat the Redskins, who was hot that year, or the 15-1 at the time Cowboys. But he did it because he did what he had to do at the right time. Anybody can do it. Shout out to our most recent champ, the Texans. You know, he did his thing. He's an elite user. He focuses on his game. I've been playing with him for 2 cycles, and I've seen his progression. He is definitely elite. He definitely studies. He plays. You know, and all the users that we mentioned on this list, you all had bright spots at some point. You just need to find out how to get back to it, or, you know, it's gonna be powerless rankings again. And you're gonna be right here. You can't keep drafting in the top 10 every year, man. Come on, like, and then regressing players. That's hustling backwards.
It's horrible to watch. It makes me just think of you as a horrible user and a horrible GM. And you prove my point. Each year you in the top 10 over and over again, and the players you draft are regressing and playing like shit. But that's our opinion. Well, and that's our word on it. This is Power Talk with your boy Houdini and Ness, and we signing out.
Peace.
The Dynasty Madden League grind in 365.